I do not.
Yeah.
Got lucky.
I think it's just you and Poppy.
Mike's got slowed over.
Oh, you know what? I think I was slowed, but that was like literally the turn before we were done. So
I think we are live.
Uh-oh.
We got audio?
we are.
Yep.
Let me check the stream.
Hello and welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, a show where a bunch of casual players play Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, not so casually. I'm your game master and host, Garrett, and this is our campaign. So new thing we're trying out, Avatar Legends role-playing. This is a new RPG that kind of came through Kickstarter last year by Magpie Games, and we like Avatar. That's pretty cool. Try it out.
Magpies are cool. Good bird.
Magpies are cool. Good bird.
We should say our favorite Avatar era or Avatar character.
Nice. We do that. But kind of describe the era that we're in. We have set this campaign in the era of Avatar Roku. So about 120 to 30 years before the events of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is an era that is more peaceful. No real open conflicts between the different nations. No outright war. Mostly more political tensions and disputes of that nature. And we are starting our campaign in the Fire Nation, in a city called North Chongling. This is basically a city that had a lot of significance in the Kyoshi era, and is kind of recovering from the political turmoil that came during that. Read the Kyoshi comics if you want to know more about all that. Hashtag not a sponsor. Let's see. It could be. And yeah, we'll kind of dive into some of the more conflicts and things of the campaign as we go, but I will now go around the table and let my players introduce themselves, starting with Kayla.
So my name's Kayla. My game name is Kimado. Just a little bit since I was like, we should say our favorite character. If I had to pick my favorite Avatar universe character, it would be Jinora. Love her to death from Legend of Korra. But anyways, back to Kimado. She is a northern water tribe, born and raised. She has a dark past. Obviously, is a waterbender. Has a lot of little secrets to share with her future friends.
Go to Jake.
Hello, my name is Jake. I'm going to be playing Astrad Windspeaker, and my favorite Avatar character is Varric.
Very excited. Anything about us, right?
Anything about Astrad? Astrad is a squad leader. He's military. That's it.
Of what nation?
Oh, Airbender.
These things come up.
Eventually just come out.
I don't know what name my wind speaker. I have no idea.
He's from the moon.
Obviously, it was the Earth Nation.
Carson, go for it.
Hello everybody. My name's Karsten. I am the dungeon uncle of the occasional one shot. My thunder is being stolen by a background dog, but
Sorry.
in our current campaign, I am going to be playing a young noble woman from the Fire Nation named Ayase. She is the daughter of a coming to prominence sort of power, old money into military, like nobleman to general, basically. So we're going to see some of the militant building up things in the war through my character, hopefully. And I get to step out of my normal comfort zone with role playing. So hope to have a good one.
And make close step.
Hi, I am Meg. I do all of our character art on occasion. I'm a little behind at the moment, but my character's name is Giva. No last name because that's weird. My favorite Avatar character is Toph, hence Giva is also an earthbender. I am specifically a metal bender. Yes, it was shade at you, Jake. But anyway, give us the strong, silent muscle lady of the group. She's grown tired of the Earth Kingdom's new monarch, Jalun, and is trying to organize a rebellion against him using her metal bending skills to craft weapons for the non-bending folks. Yeah, and she meets Kayla's character, Kimado, at some point in these rebel orders, and for whatever reason, Giva relies heavily on Kimado's judgment to make sure that she's not becoming too radical in her desire to overthrow the oppressive monarchy.
Oh, hey, by the way, my favorite character is Ty Lee.
There it is.
That's a good
Oops.
one.
Oops, forgot.
And Garrett, what's your favorite character?
Sokka.
That's,
It's Sokka.
that's the Garrett answer.
Every character test I take, like those ones online to see what character you are, I would be Sokka.
You would be.
I probably wouldn't. Well, probably wouldn't be Sokka. I don't know.
It's Katara.
Garrett's Appa, end of story.
Yeah, probably.
Garrett reminds me of the uncle, Zuko's uncle.
Oh, Uncle Hiro.
Yeah.
It's Katara. I was thinking more towards Bolin, but
Yeah.
Bolin and Sokka are like equals in personality.
I would say Kenny is Bolin.
Cody is Bolin.
Cody is also Bolin.
Crazy.
Hope he's watching. But anyways, let's dive right in, and we will start with Ayase at a city council meeting. Ayase, you've been basically in town for a few weeks now, attending these different city council meetings, basically on behalf of your family. And it's been pretty much the same thing every single week. Looking around this room, you see Captain Anaka, Captain of the Guard for North Chungling, Minister Kute, Commerce Guild Master Hong, Engineer Nin Che, who is your family friend, Fire Sage Kaja, General Aiko, and the princess and sister of Fire Lord Sozin, Shan. And they've been discussing the same matter for 3 weeks now on what to do with the Fire and Air Learning Center, a center that was proposed by air nomads and young nobles in the Fire Nation as a center of learning to basically trade philosophy. They've talked about how this construction was halted by a group of rogue air nomads called the Guiding Wind, who basically have just disrupted all the construction, and then Fire Lord Sozin, basically through Princessation, kind of came into town and took control of construction, halted it completely until the issue got resolved. Through the different city council meetings that you sat in for 3 weeks, you've kind of learned who is anti and pro building the center. You know that the general is anti building the center, General Aiko. You know that Fire Sage Kaja is pro building the center. You know that Nin Che is the lead scientist or engineer, really, is also pro center. The Commerce Guild Master Hong is anti the center. Minister Kute is pro, and Captain Anaka is anti. And Princess Station has been very neutral on these matters. from time to time, the Air Nomad delegates kind of leading this charge for building the center have kind of come into these city council meetings and proposed basically what they feel like should happen with the censure, why their reasoning for why it should exist, and things like that. The leader of that group is a elderly air nomad named Elder Uthron. A nun Ryoshan, and not a Nada, who is an engineer for the air nomads. He kind of learned, also grew up in the Fire Nation when she did not have the ability to airbend. Another nun named Sumati, and then a hashtag brother, Ugyen. But it was just yesterday that this delegates added a new kind of person to their mix, and that person is Jake. If you describe Estrad.
So it's just like physically, or
Yeah.
you want me? Okay.
Physically, demeanor, all that.
I'm very blank. I'm a large, broad man, the head of a military group. Myself, I'm very in favor of the guiding wind, or sorry, not the guiding wind, the learning center that the guiding wind opposes. I feel as though that when we come together to create a shared space of learning, then we can all put aside our differences and we can start with the kids and increase the intermingling of the nations to increase political likeness.
And kind of coming back to present day, the Air Nomad delegates are not present today at the city council meeting, as they are kind of getting ready for a kind of not assembly, kind of a rally of sorts to kind of preach to the people of why they think the Air Learning Center should exist. They're kind of preparing for that, and Ayase, you were basically drafted to attend that rally by Ninche that's going to happen right after this city council meeting.
Oh no. I could barely keep track of all the names of people going to these things. Oh.
Ninche says, "Well, don't worry, Ayase. We're going together. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna win the people's favor because this makes so much sense, and then we can get the air center built, and yeah, they'll be fine."
Do we really want this? It seems so nice and all, but so many dissenting opinions. Just can't get everyone to get along, right?
I mean, yeah, but we have to get the center built because then we can kind of learn some things from their engineers, and they can learn some things from our engineers, and we can kind of grow the world together and kind of build a better tomorrow and all of that.
What could you possibly have to learn from them, though? You're quite brilliant on your own.
I mean, they know so much about airstreams and travel and all of that. They just have so many different philosophical principles that they can share with us. Their cities are I heard one of them is built upside down, and their structure doesn't even make any sense to me. There's so many things we could do to improve the Fire Nation with that kind of knowledge.
Sounds quaint. Well, let's go see what they have to give for themselves. What are they all about? We've heard enough from the delegation, but maybe they'll have a better appeal for the masses, as they are.
And y'all basically go to the town square from the city hall. Heading to the street, basically a small stage has been built in the town square. On the stage are the Air Nomad delegation. So everyone that we just talked about from the Air Nomad delegation, and also, of course, Estrad. Estrad, where would you like to be positioned on stage? You don't have a speaking role for this, but
Estrad.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You're good.
getting used to hearing Estrada and Amy. Can you repeat that?
where would you like to be standing on stage? They have not given you like a speaking role at the rally, but just where would you like to be positioned?
How many people are up there?
5, besides you.
Or just to the right?
The stage is going to have been built in front of a gated area where the construction's been halted. There's some Fire Nation guards, kind of still like in front of the gate itself. And you can kind of see the half-built learning center behind that. And the crowds of people, there are 2 very out of place non-Fire Nation residents, kind of milling the streets. We'll start with Caleb. Describe your character.
So Kimado is kind of short in stature, like not really short. She's just small. You wouldn't really think of much of her. She has very long brown hair, kind of up in a half ponytail. Yeah, dark skin, like most Water Tribe, not dark, but like medium skin, like most Water Tribe members. Kind of just doing the best that she can to keep to herself and not really bump into anybody. Yeah, that's it.
And describe your character.
Oh, Giva's pretty tall. She's very muscular. Very muscle lady. She's got short black hair that's cropped with like very subtle bangs, and she's wearing her trademark blacksmith's apron over some, sort of tattered Earth clan clothing. Kind of in older condition, but she doesn't really seem to care too much about her looks. If you aren't paying attention, she could probably pass as a guy.
Well, then Shay, it seems the circus is in town.
She says that as she's passing by you two. And this is a FYI, you two have both arrived by boat basically 10 minutes ago. Kind of went to the town square.
Does Ayase say this like next to Giva within earshot?
I can put my hand on Giva.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Giva
didn't
was.
pay attention. It was completely out of my own ignorance, but I like the fact that I did it.
I just glance over at, this decorated, what Giva presumes to be weakling. Doesn't even bat an eyelash, just looks back. They aren't worth my time, Kamado.
It's going to say the same thing.
They're not worth our time, then Shay.
Did I say that loud?
Assuming she whispered it, you probably didn't really hear it. But and she goes, what? I was trying to get to the stage. I'm sorry.
Yes, you're always looking right ahead to a better future or whatever. Shall we get the show on the road then?
That's it. As you kind of make your way to the stage, Kamado and Giba, what are you kind of doing? You just kind of, are y'all staying as they you see the stage in front of you? Are you guys walking up to the stage, staying in the crowd? What are y'all doing? As the crowd starts together, yes, both of you.
Oh, to be honest, why are we here?
So y'all had basically just got off the boat. So
Okay.
you're still kind of getting your bearings of this city, basically.
Kamado, we need to get back to work. We've got to arm the other rebellions. We've got to arm the other rebels. We've got work to do, and we can't be dawdling around like these Fire Nation folk.
Giva, are we trying to gather materials or recruit people? I feel as if maybe we could recruit people.
It's a bit of both.
Well,
So and this is a meeting. This is like some sort of meeting that is.
It's a rally of sorts. So like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we don't know
Kamado.
what this rally
I'll
is.
still in like town
No.
hall.
Okay.
Is it in town hall or is it just outside? The street?
It's just outside the streets. It's just in the town square.
Kamado, I am not one for talking to these people. I will gather the resources and you can
These
focus on the
people.
people side. What?
Get over the accent.
I'm a strong, quiet type.
Out of fine.
Okay, but I agree. I think we both have strength. So I'll people. I'll get the and you will get the materials.
Thank you.
But best behavior, okay?
I
Ninja,
will, of
you
course,
think any of these
Kamado.
people are conspiring against us?
But Giva puts her hand on Kamado's shoulder, which is kind of, a rarity for Giva to really give any sort of sentimental display of any kind of affection. Kamado, be careful. This is a new land. We don't know these people. We don't know much about the Fire Nation. I need you to be careful while I'm away.
Always. I'm always careful. Good.
So Gabby, you're basically trying to find a place to ask about resources.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go in on this rally and kind of see what's going on and possibly try and speak to some folk about what's going on.
Cool. We'll do Giva first. So Giva, you kind of make your way up to like a market stall. They're not selling what you need. They're selling kind of fish and things and like that. But you figured that was probably a good spot to at least get the intel of what you could find, metals and resources and things like that.
I go up. Does anybody look like they're in charge?
There's a stall man, but there's not like a.
I walk up to him like, "Hello, sir. I'm looking for some resources. I need metal." That's it. That's what she says. You cut out.
Well, hello there, Mom.
Hello.
You need metal?
That's what I said.
I don't sell metal. I sell fish, but could you do this for some fish?
Did I ask for fish?
Well, unless metal is the type of fish that I don't know about, probably not.
Sir, I do not have time for this. Can you please direct me to your nearest blacksmith or woodsman?
We do got some woodsmen. We got in this town. But you might want to talk to the Commerce Guild master, Hong. He's new to the whole business, but we only import our metals, from the capital.
Can you point me in the direction of this guild?
Well, Hong moves about a lot.
Are you saying that you do not know?
That may correct, ma'am.
And then Giva just turns on her heel and walks away, starts looking for another stall.
What about my fit? Oh, whatever. Heading over to Kimito as Kiva turns away from her mission to a new objective. You're kind of walking up, and that's kind of when they've started speaking. You're kind of like, as you kind of brush up into some maybe intentionally, they kind of look at you. What do you say anything to them or?
Pardon me, I'm so sorry. I'm new to town, just trying to get my bearings and figure out what's going on.
The rally here?
Yeah, what's all these people gathered for? What might this be for?
You see those air nomads up there? They,
I've never seen them in my life, but I see them now.
so they're an air nomad because they're mostly bald and they got the yellow and the orange
Yeah.
guard kind of going on.
Very easily identifiable. Well, what might they be doing here in the Fire Nation?
Something about some kind of fire and air alerting sensor trying to bridge the gap between nations and
See, is
Yeah.
that good or is that bad?
they're a bunch of pricks, I think.
I see.
I don't know why they're interfering in our business.
I understand. Yeah, you seem like a guy that doesn't really like to be told what to do.
I sure don't.
Yeah, me neither.
Ah,
There's a lot of people I know like you.
really?
A group we like to call. Do we have a name for our group?
Uh,
Band of sorts.
uh,
Oh, I got it. The Blue Lotus.
the Blue Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this might be a canon problem. I don't know about that name.
It's not. Good later.
What say you?
Can we call it the Blood Lotus? That seems like harder. No, Blood Lotus.
Here's the Red Lotus though, and I don't like the blood bend.
Oh, that's fair.
That
But
sounds kinda
blood isn't
dramatic.
just blood bending. It's just, bloody military regimes.
Um,
Um,
I- what about just the Lotus?
yeah.
You're really willing to simplify by flower?
Yep.
The lotus isn't very hard, but I like it because, plants connect water and earth together, so it makes sense.
And also, we can't just be called the Rebellion because then people would not join us.
Yeah,
What
I think
about-
that's also Star Wars.
What about the Iron Lotus?
The Iron Lotus!
That's a good one. I like that
I
one.
like it.
Why are you eating lotus?
Because there's White Lotus and there's Lotus.
It doesn't exist yet.
Okay, use Iron Lotus.
I guess the white
Well-
lotus.
Yeah, probably.
The red one is.
The Iron Lotus.
Okay.
It's also that stupid skating that movie
Good sir.
with other people.
My friends call ourselves the Iron Lotus.
Wow, stupid.
Well, you don't know anything about the group, so I don't know how to know it's a stupid name. It actually makes quite sense.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
But yes, so I guess we gotta have a meeting. Here, what is your name, good sir?
Ben K.
Buden K?
Ben K.
Ben K. Sorry, Ben K. So sorry. This is my first time in the Fire Nation. I'm not as familiar with your names. Ben K. So nice to meet you. My name is Kimado, and Kimado. That's right. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. My friends and I believe maybe we'll try and meet. What time did you say it was?
It's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Say around let's say in a couple hours. Let's say around 3 or 4 p.m. We'll meet back here, and I can maybe let you meet some of my friends that might be friends of yours in the future. You don't have to. No pressure. Just didn't know how easy it is to make friends here in Fire Nation.
Persuasion.
What is the closest? Hold on. New game. Who this?
Damn, you're pleading? Plead?
Yeah, you're pleading. Go for it. It's harmony.
So I roll it. Oh gosh, I just lost. Roll 2d6s.
Yep.
I roll -1. To 6.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm ready to make that step in my journey quite yet.
If you ever change your mind, you won't know where to find us. So you'll just have to search for us.
I'll search real hard.
We normally reside in the Earth Kingdom. I don't know what city is during this time.
Jinda.
Jinda. In Jinda. Is that where we are?
No, you are in North Chungling.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're not in Jin
whoops.
now.
They sounded similar.
On the Up Kingdom.
Yes. Yes, my friend is.
So like I'd have to get on a boat.
Yes. You would.
I've never been on a boat before.
Oh, they are quite nice. The Northern Rogers.
Fish.
I've experienced them a lot.
Yeah, I'll be. Bye.
Okay, nice to meet you, Ben Gay.
Bye, Kim. But no.
No.
During this, the elder Udron has been kind of speaking to the masses, saying, and he is kind of a very elderly gentleman, with on the backs of his hands, he has basically the avatar arrows, whatever, kind of just going in northwest, south, and east, kind of pointing on his hand. On
I
both
think that
hands.
man never gets lost.
He is the avatar era?
Yeah, basically.
Air nomad arrows. But
Air
Yeah,
nomad,
okay.
yeah,
No, because you said north, south, east, west.
His hand was in a dirt bag.
Yeah. Okay.
basically. People of the Fire Nation, we are here because we think that we can help bring comfort and guidance in this peaceful era. And I think we can learn from each other in our different nations. But to do that,
they think they can help us, Ninja.
Ninche has learned to, when you're being sarcastic, and just knows not to respond after 3 weeks. And we think that our different nations can kind of come together and teach one another and bring this new peaceful era and continue it for many generations. That's when someone from the crowd yells, "But why you got them?" It's been K. Why you got them guided wind then? You over here messing with our buildings and causing disruptions and all that, huh? And Udron says, "Well, they are not representatives of the Air Nomad. They are a group that has a different type of philosophy than what we are presenting here today. But we believe that is why we need these types of learning centers to help the younger generations how to cooperate with one another and build harmony amongst all nations. The Guiding Wind's actions in the Fire Nation is the primary reason why we did start with we did want to start with the Fire Nation for one of these centers, because if we've already caused conflict, or members of our nation have, and we want to start settling conflicts with active ones that are already there. He's very flustered by this questioning. Giva, you probably were walking away from the stall that you were at about this point, and kind of are on like the edges of the crowd.
Do I overhear what they're saying?
Yeah.
Giva just scoffs like, peace. I haven't known peace all my life in the Earth Kingdom. You know, kind of just alluding to the conflict of her town and the Earth Kingdom and the Water Kingdom conflicts, and she's just like grimacing, and she looks around the crowd to see, you know, what everyone's reactions look like, how they're receiving this information.
If everyone wants to, they can make a assess a situation roll, which is with your creativity.
I'm good at these.
How do we roll?
2d6s.
D6. Okay.
So it's creativity?
Yep.
Fail. I got a 3.
Total?
Yeah.
Good one. I had 5.
11.
6.
Another 1 and 2.
My 6 downs. I'm sorry you did not assess the situation very well. But Ayase, kind of looking around, you see that the crowd basically seems split 50-50. Some are kind of agreeing with what Udron said. The other half of the crowd is kind of mumbling in agreements with Benkei. The crowd definitely seems very split on this opinions. But Ayase, even more importantly, you've noticed as you kind of look back to the fire and air learning center, because you're still in front of the stage, you're probably towards the front. You noticed a glider kind of shoot out of one of the windows, and someone on the glider.
Do they always do that?
What do you mean? Do they always do that? Do they always speak like that, or
No, the kite or whatever up there.
what kite? She kind of looks up, and that's when I hear a giant explosion at the top of the fire and air learning center, causing part of the, and this is where hashtag anime slow down for a second. Rubble starts to kind of fall down in the crowd, and a group of air nomads coming kind of from the ground and behind the fence kind of fly up on gliders. There seems to be a lead group that is kind of flying further ahead, and then another kind of backup group behind them. The lead group is about 10 or so, and then the backup group is kind of another 10 or so nomads.
So much for peaceful negotiations.
The guards immediately start blasting into the sky, not really taking any kind of regard for the people in their way, endangering kind of civilians as they just kind of try to quell the threat immediately. And because of this, they've kind of caught fire a scaffold, and that is also kind of toppling towards another section of the crowd. The air nomads on stage kind of are trying to jump out of the way of all of this. But as we enter a combat exchange, what is everyone's focus? What do you want to help with?
Is the scaffold made of metal?
It is.
I'm,
But it is on metal. But it is metal.
so my focus will be trying to metal
You want
bend
the
that
metal?
so it doesn't fall on the crowd.
Okay. So you're going basically to the scaffold.
I have no helpful moves for this, but I will try and get people out of the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim to just protecting the rally from any shrapnel or bedding.
Cool. Yeah, Seb, what do you do?
Self-preservation. But to that end, I think I would probably kind of find the nearest sort of grouping of guards or whatever and kind of just position myself behind them. I'm trying not to get actively involved, but I still want to be close enough to be snarky.
Yep. All
So,
right.
I'm trying to defend myself and also observe the situation a little bit, but behind some large men.
Ninche goes gladly with you.
Not much of a fighter, then, are you, thinker?
Not much of a fighter now. Hold on, let me answer this question. All right. For there won't be any kind of exchanges yet, really. So, Giva, you go ahead and make a rely on your skills and training check, which is with your roll of focus. Estrad and Kimado, you can both go ahead and roll that same thing. Roll of focus for reliance on your shields and training.
I've acquired a 9.
Quite fine.
And
Just a recap, we have like Air Nation people flying over the fence, just flying, not attacking.
They look. So there's one that flew out the window that only Ayase saw, but then a bunch more flew from the ground on the other side of the fence around the air learning center. So that first group, there's one group that is purely definitely escaping, trying to go as quick as they can, and then there seems to be another group behind that is also escaping, but more as to intercept anybody following them. So they're purposely slowing down behind them to catch anybody that tries to follow them.
Okay, and there's only 3 people. There's people around.
Yep.
And it's Fire Nation people shooting fire at the debris as well.
They're shooting at the airbenders, and it's not really keeping any regard for what's in their way. Or people in their way.
Gotcha.
Change
your experience too.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Gibbo, we will go with you. So you got a 9. As you kind of are able to punch your way through the metal, basically, and kind of keep it from falling on anybody, you do accidentally punch into one of the fires.
Mhm.
So you will mark. Give me a minute.
A fatigue.
No, it won't be fatigue. It'll be a troubled. So which gives you a -2 to pleading and relying on your skills and training as you burn your hand by punching the fire. But you do successfully mitigate the scaffold problem. You just have burnt your hand when you did it.
And impress everybody around me as a metal bender, but
Yep. They are the ones that aren't scared and running for their lives. They are very much like, what? The fish guy's like, oh, that what she meant. That was. Oh.
it's all coming together.
What is your new plan of action, Kimito?
I would like to seize a position and just see what's going on and see how to best escape and best get out of here.
Okay, so you're basically trying to. Okay, so you'll roll assess the situation then. So we'll call it creativity. I'll say go ahead and roll the same thing. 6. We'll come back to it. Shai, what was your roll? 10. So you are basically using your airbending to basically shield everybody. Primarily the people on stage, but also anybody close to you. Basically, that's what you were trying to do.
how much shrapnel's coming?
It's about like a sizable chunk at the top of the tower. So,
And then the guards are just shooting the fire at the air nomads, which are they away from the crowd?
The air nomads are kind of over the crowd. So like they're kind of flat. They kind of flew over the crowd to escape. And as they were shooting, they kind of hit the scaffold. But that's what caused the scaffold to fall.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw something at you and we can see what we're doing.
Okay.
Right. I have directed funnel.
Mhm.
So it just takes, I make a funnel and it just shoots objects at enemies.
Okay, so you're trying to direct that at who?
The area in which the nomads are escaping to.
Okay.
I mean, but I would first and foremost not want to hit anyone in the crowd.
No, yeah.
So I can just protect, or I can do the funnel. I just don't know how this all works.
No, you're good. So most of your fighting techniques don't actually happen per se, but with the 10 you roll, so the combat techniques only happen during actual exchanges, which is you're in initiative essentially. But I will let you kind of with that 10 kind of redirect that airflow of the scaffolding to kind of cut off at least the back groups escape. So you kind of split the 2 air nomad groups in half without hitting anybody. So they're kind of slowed down now. not able to escape. You had a 6.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it. Ayase,
Yo.
what was your role on assessing the situation?
Okay. Sure. Dog. I hate my dice sometimes. 13.
Probably.
It's 6 and rolled a 6 and a 5, and I'm pretty good at this. 2 more.
So Kimita, you were trying to basically go up to a higher position to sell. What's going on?
Which is the
trying to
biggest.
get in a better vantage point away from the crowd, simply and chaos.
Finding an escape route.
Even escape route. Also, I have something that when I use the defend maneuver to escape, I can take as many allies with me as I would like to in a retreat.
Okay, so kind of same thing I was telling Jake. It's those will all be kind of in actual combat exchanges,
Oh, sorry.
but you're good. It's fine. But you basically, as far as getting to a spot, you get to the spot. You basically make your way, kind of climb a ladder or something onto the top of a nearby building, and kind of look through the crowd to find Giva, and you find her. And that's when the 6 comes into play. As these tile buildings that are in the Fire Nation, you were not ready for, as the tile just slips out from under you.
Eat?
Yes, and you are now falling off of the building.
Oh, we're on top of the building?
You are falling from.
What?
You are on. You basically made it to the roof of the building to
Okay.
get a better vantage point.
Yeah.
Now you are falling.
Awesome. Can I use bloodletting on myself to slow my fall?
No.
Okay.
Ayase, looking around, you see the incredible feat of strength of this earthbender that you passed, punching through metal, that you've never seen before.
Scoff it back, homegirl.
You see kind of the falling debris kind of get redirected by a straw to cut off that group of people. You see Kimito falling from a roof. And from your situation, your great role, you were able to notice. You basically can tell that this group that was falling back was definitely there to intercept anybody coming after them, and they are now kind of scattering. Not when they were unexpectedly attacked from. But they're unexpectedly attacked. They're kind of scattering now, but they're kind of trying to regroup, getting ready for an attack for an assault on them.
What do we pay you guards for? What are you doing right now?
And furthermore, the guards are now moving in to attack, but they already are attacking. But they're still catching people in the fire, like in the civilians in the fire, with no regard to their safety.
What are you doing? You're being outdone by the metal man. Oh. Do you need assistance from the aristocracy today? What is your status of born, high or low?
So
get this help.
So essentially, as you're walking up to one of them to basically say all this, and he just turns and knocks you down.
Ah.
Do I get to see this while I'm falling? Like, ah! And I just see Ayase again.
Yeah, pretty much.
What is the meaning of this? Do you know who you strike?
He doesn't respond. He just keeps firing. He just keeps going. Did not seem. He basically seemed like he was brushing you off, rather than an actual trying to attack you kind of thing.
Oh, more or less. Like, get up.
Yep.
I'm still taking it personally.
Oh yeah. Does anybody notice Kimito falling besides Eos? I say probably Estrad and probably Giva looking around. You probably made eye contact with Kimito, and that's when she fell.
I had a pretty hot assess the situation, maybe.
You saw it too. Yes, I'm saying you definitely saw it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, I saw it.
my immediate focus has shifted to, away from the scaffolding into gotta help Kamado.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move out of the way to try to catch her somehow?
We'll call it pushing your luck. Well, passion.
And if there isn't any more pressing debts,
I've got
Yeah,
12.
basically the actual threat itself between you and Giva were kept cleared. The falling debris is all being cleared from that.
Yes, if she doesn't succeed, I will in fact
Yeah.
be attempting to save.
Yes.
No deaths on my watch.
So, Giva, you get with your 12, you basically rush forward with through the earth, using your earthbending to propel yourself forward, and basically roll into position to catch Giva as she falls and just catch her.
Is there
Muscle
another lucky
lady.
opportunity?
Mhm.
Does on a 10 plus, the GM tells you what other lucky opportunity.
I think it's when you roll a 10.
Oh,
She pushed her luck.
oh, they all say different things?
Oh yeah, everyone has different things.
Yeah, on a hit you do, if it costs you to scrape by, the GM tells you what it costs you.
What's a 10 plus?
Oh wait.
A bunch of bonus penalties.
Oh, never mind this part. No, never mind this part.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this part.
I guess the GM tells you what they're.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Thanks.
I mean, the opportunity was she used their,
Yeah.
and also caught you.
Yes. He literally fell into.
My lap?
Yeah.
Her lap.
Yeah.
Poppy, not Poppy. Give us strong
It's Poppy.
arms.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Whew.
I told
I
you
would,
not to get hurt, Kamado.
Well, I was trying to find an escape route. I'm so sorry. But you did such an amazing job bending that metal. But I am afraid that so many people saw you. They don't know what you're doing.
Well, that's a good thing. Then we can recruit them to my cause.
That's very true. I did try and talk to someone before. He's the man that yelled out there in the crowd. I don't think he's a very good recruit, so I think we'll move past him. But after this
Kamado,
incident,
I don't mean to break you off, but a lot of things are on fire right now, and I think we should have this conversation later.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What does it look like now?
So, situation as it is now, no more falling debris. There are some nearby building and fence on fire, but one is in immediate danger from the civilians from environmental stuff. You civilians are in danger from the Fire Nation guards attacking the air nomads or trying to attack the air nomads. The nomads themselves are not the backup group. The other group is pretty much far away. They're probably not going to be caught at this point. The backup group is kind of closer, though, if anybody would like to engage either group.
This is the guiding wind, right?
Yep, the guiding one. Suspected the guiding one. You'll get the guiding one.
Yeah. Were you listening to their conversations? I feel like we might need to hear these people out.
The ones that were talking about a peace they know nothing of.
Well, they might know peace. We don't know peace, but they might. We've never been to the Air Nation. They
It
might have
does-
knowledge to share. They don't have kings or queens in the Air Nation, from what I recall.
I don't know if these nations care about ours, but I'll follow you, Kamado. And I put Kamado down.
Thank you. Are there any people on the stage, like the speaker or anybody?
They're still they're on the stage. That now they're kind of not in trouble. They're kind of picking themselves up. You see Estrad basically, but rush forward to confront the air nomads.
I kind of want to just go talk to somebody else on the stage and see what's going on.
You can do that.
I
You can,
don't know who these people are.
sure, if you want to go do that, you can. That would be your thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I could do another excessive situation. I get special. Oh, I won't get the special stuff if I'm doing this now.
Can I linger behind for just a second and turn towards the crowd that I saved from the scaffold and say if they if you want protection, follow me. That's it.
okay. Ayase, what are you doing?
I like to call out to the guards and say, I want protection. Not to her. No, to the guard still. I'd like protection, and if you can succeed on this simple of tasks, you shall be rewarded handsomely. I am lying.
Are you talking to Giva or the
No.
The guards.
Faceless guards.
It's a funny
Trying-
parallel, though.
Yeah. Which they do
Trying-
have they do have
trying-
helmets on, so kind of faceless.
Trying to trick them.
So give and Ayase make plead checks. So harmony,
Oh, okay, I didn't
Um,
check this one.
creativity over there for you, Himado, and Estrada. We'll get to you in a second.
I really put my +1 in the wrong spot, but I mean, I rolled
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say that you get a +1.
I got a 7, very barely. That was a -3 roll.
Zero.
Pleading or tricking? I was intentionally trying to lie to make
Well,
it a
you
trick.
see,
Oh, yeah,
I'm,
sure, that's fine.
I'm
Okay.
currently troubled because my hand is burnt, and I don't know if you've noticed, but Giva isn't the most charismatic young woman.
Oh,
If it's a
see.
trick, I got an 8.
Okay,
Are we pleading? Is that what we're doing?
you're assessing the situation, so
Okay.
yours is creativity.
Okay. I know you said that this was during Friday, but I just want to make sure I fully understand. So I have this thing called case in which you want to assess a situation, add these questions to the list. You may always ask one extra question from these options, even on this.
So for you, that would be out of combat stuff.
Got it.
Yeah, all of these will be out of combat stuff, basically.
Okay, cool. Yep,
Cool.
excellent. The questions.
Yeah, we'll start with you. Basically, the about a fourth of the crowd that saw you punch through metal, they are pretty receptive to wanting protection, so they all kind of crowd around you.
I look at them, I nod, like, all right, follow me. We're following, and I point to Kamado, my comrade here. But then she will talk to you later. And I start marching towards Kamado. Very inspiring speech.
That's why Kamado is the people person. Really, you're gonna good one at that.
I work in public relations for Giva. I think what she's trying to say is
This will be great later. You know, give us a protector, not a public speaker.
You're good. I'll say about two of the guards turn to look at you when they say money and rewards.
yeah.
It's not include the one that knocks you to the ground, but
No, he seems quite committed to his job. Get me out of here, please.
all right, they kind of escort you toward
And
basically
my
toward,
companion Ninshe and my family,
And
my dearest companion, the plots. I protect
and
the
the plot goes with you. They kind of start walking you to City Hall, which isn't. I mean, it's on that same street, so they're kind of getting you inside. So they're aiming to get you. Himado. You said what was your roll again? Sorry.
It was a 10.
Cool.
Yeah, because I have -1. Don't know why I didn't put my +1 into that and make it just a 0.
So you kind of walk up to him and just kind of ask what's going on to the elder.
Yeah, do I have to straight up ask the questions that are on this paper?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to the man that was speaking here.
Yep.
Sir, who poses the biggest threat? Like, what is the threat here?
I don't know if I'd use the word threat. More misguided is the guiding wind who. The misguided wind.
Or like the misguided wind, am I right, Ninshe?
Expectation of any questions about the guiding wind or whatever it is that you're talking about. But the soldiers are endangering the civilians.
Yes, we never seen a conflict between the guards and the guiding wind this severe before. This is the first open conflict that I'm seeing, and I'm not familiar with the Fire Nation's ways, but
It also looks like people are not hurting anyone, besides the whole exception. But
yes.
then they themselves are not.
Yes, this is all very peculiar.
Okay.
The Guiding Wind has never openly attacked anyone or intentionally put anyone in danger before, so these guards seem to be putting civilians in danger right now.
Yes, I agree. Well, I believe I'm going to go stop the guards first because they're putting civilians in danger.
He says,
Yes. Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
good. Our group will get these people to safety, and they kind of usher those close to the stage, including Giba, who's walking up. Do you say anything to Giba as she kind of walks up?
Yeah, but well, I don't know anything about these air nomads that are flying away. These guards are still continuing to put civilians in danger. I feel that they must be stopped.
I
Is there
agree.
something you can do to help me with that?
Of course.
Great. I don't know if I really have anything, because the only thing I have is making their feet icy, and I don't think that will help.
Well, I disagree. You shouldn't doubt yourself, Kamado. We will restrain these guards and protect the people here, and then we will proceed with our mission.
They become impaired. What does that do? I don't know.
Negative status.
I see. I agree. Okay, well, I will try to impair one of them with their feet.
But Kimado, I've got these people here that need our protection as well. Can you please make sure they are looked after?
Yes. Should we just get them out of here? And run.
Fast.
This is a great conflict.
And then the air nomads that you're just talking to are kind of escorting people kind of away from the scene. If you wanted to just kind of,
Oh,
Yeah,
you could toss them into that group.
Ooh, yeah.
I look behind it, my little following, and I tell them, all right, you should follow these air nomads to safety. But if you ever think you need help, seek out the Iron Lotus.
The good. Wait, follow the guiding wind?
No, the
the
air nomads.
Oh,
So they kind of join that group and
Okay.
they start escaping the scene. Right. So first, you are now in a combat exchange. So, as you are you have rushed even ahead. You're even faster than the guards, and are now confronting 10 guiding wind warriors. How it works? You now will pick whether you are advancing, attacking, defense, maneuver, evading, and observing, and that determines what you roll. Basically, you'll pick one of those, and I also pick one of those. We reveal before we roll, so it doesn't have any bearings on anything other than who goes first.
Who's
So-
endangering the civilians?
The Fire Nation guards.
Okay, so not the air people.
There's 8 now, but 2 of them have gone with Ayase and Ninja, but even then they are kind of still close to everything. But yes, they have. So you'll just choose one of those, and then you'll roll, and then based on the roll, you get to determine what techniques you use. Is how poorly you roll can limit you, and how good you roll opens your possibilities more. But if you roll, but you can only roll those types of techniques when you choose one of those 3.
Who goes first?
yeah, I'm thinking what I need to do.
We're all in this combat situation.
No.
He is specifically with the air nomads. Y'all can go ahead and start to get your stuff ready if you want with the Fire Nation guards.
I'm not in combat.
Combat yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go advance and attack.
You're advancing and attacking. All right.
I am evade and observing.
The guiding wind are defending and maneuvering.
Okay.
And then keep it out when you're ready. You can tell me.
Me?
Yeah, when you're ready. If you know it's one of the 3.
But I'm going to be using my quiet for device.
So you do not have to choose your actual technique until you roll, which we'll do.
I'll be evading.
Doing order. So you're evading. So then they're moving first. So that is just the guiding wind warriors. They are just trying to spread out as you kind of As I see you launching onto the scene. Jeez. So, yeah. They're spreading out into it. That does not have any effect on you. It just they cannot suffer more than one fatigue condition or balance shift. But the advancing attackings that you players always go first in this. So now you get to do your things. So roll G6 and add your
So
what's the passion?
7 with passion.
Okay. Take that sheet.
Would you like a side table?
That's not what we
You back to this?
We need to scoot the table back more, almost through the way.
You plug in your left or your right side?
So
Are you looking at that orange door?
What's happening?
you're just getting a side table for me. But he
Oh,
rolled
do look, Ninja. It seems those outsiders are fighting.
all right. So with a 7, you can either use a basic technique that's advanced attack, or one of your or a master technique that's advanced attack.
Well, so do I get to know that they can only take 1 fatigue?
You do, yeah, because they.
That's so like my direct.
You will always know. You will always know what technique they've used. That'll always be open. So you.
Hey, actually, I needed that. Thank you.
I will correct her.
Okay. Is that a? Yeah.
Guys are intimidated foe. Choose an approach. Your foe cannot choose to use that approach in the next phase.
We'll defend and maneuver. Cool.
What will I choose?
Sorry.
I'm choosing defend and maneuver. I don't happen to date.
That's how you choose the. See, I understand that.
To choose an approach. Your foe cannot do that.
Yep. So basically, as you put the pressure on them there, so basically how it plays out is you're kind of attacking all of them enough that they can't get as spread out as they want to. Is basically what's happening. So you are kind of cornering them back down, just kind of rushing in, throwing some air punches, whatever, and they're kind of blocking. Yeah, basically a very even fight, 1-on-10, even as it is, as you're kind of getting them back into a smaller group. The guards who are attacking, y'all are not engaged with them yet, per se. They do.
Wait. So you shouldn't have told me what the approach was until I said my approach.
Yes. Which I'd already chosen them, so.
Live and learn.
Because that technically I choose first, and then you go choose, and then we just both tell each other.
Yeah.
But I'd already chosen. I'm going to be always marking it down what they choose. Basically. But as the plans, the guards are still attacking the guiding wind. So they mark a fatigue. I guess they just focus fire in on the guiding wind warriors, just blasting them with fire and all that. They're only going to do 1 fatigue though, because the spread out still happened. Yeah, cool. Very good. Evading observe, folks. Y'all can decide who wants to go first between the two of you.
Give it you good.
You did evade and observe too?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'll go. Well, I didn't roll a 10 plus, so what happens?
What'd you roll?
A 3.
So you can mark one fatigue if you want and just use the basic technique, or you can do nothing if you don't want to mark the fatigue. It's up to you.
Get rid of fatigue.
How do you get rid of it? There's a couple of different ways, but resting it all does it.
Okay.
Someone getting a pat on the shoulder.
Yep.
Mm,
How long do conditions persist? Like,
I-
I did. Sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
But like, if I had not cornered them, the next turn, would they still only take one fatigue, or is it just for that one turn?
Just for that one turn.
Nothing.
The condition will stay until they've done something to clear it, which is on this page. So all of these things for clearing conditions. They're all different role play things, though. They're not like there are some techniques. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, I do nothing.
Okay.
Bummer.
Kimito, roll your evade and observe.
10.
10. So you can use anything pretty much. So you could mark one fatigue. Oh, let me backtrack actually. So give it. You can actually. It's not mark fatigue to do it. It is move your balance one way or the other. If you want to use that basic technique, what?
It doesn't change my option.
Okay. But Kimito, you roll 10. So therefore, you can mark one fatigue to use your learn technique and make it. It will move to practice from there then on out. You can use 2 basic or master techniques. For that, they have to both be evade and observe, but and they have to be different. You cannot use the same one twice.
I also have a question. My master thing, my master technique.
Yeah.
In the description says mark a fatigue. But it's a master technique. I still mark a fatigue.
Yep. It's just that good.
Yeah, there's an evade technique that takes one fatigue auto clear because evade observe is also clear one fatigue. Or am I misreading? Or what's the sequencing? Do you know?
You have to it clears first and then you do it. So
Okay, I was curious on the sequencing.
Can I pick 2 targets?
they are considered one NPC. So you're attacking as much as you want, basically.
Excellent. So I will mark one fatigue, and I will use my crib of ice, using a little bit of water that is on the ground. I will use it to take a hold of foe's foot in an icy hold. They cannot move their feet from where they are. I don't know if that affects the whole squadron, then since you said they found us.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, sweet.
Get them all.
Then honestly, there's not really another one that is that okay?
You can use one any of your basics too. If there's anything.
Is that also these?
Yeah, it's these right here.
Okay, not those. I mean, okay, so first of all, they're all impaired now.
Yes.
Can I bolster or hinder them to inflict another status?
Yeah, you can basically move. That would be the equivalent of basically you moving it further up their leg. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Further. Now they're impaired, maybe they're trapped too.
Yeah, next to me.
And as I do it, I'm gonna say, "Stop putting lives in danger." And then can I? Okay. I was kidding about that, but if I could, that'd be cool.
Are you saying that? It's fine for you. You can do it if you want.
Yeah, I would like to.
The closest one to you just says, "Stop interfering in Fire Nation business, bitch."
So rude.
And this is a TVY7 program. Hello? Nickelodeon, no sponsor. Hello?
In what instance, Estrad?
He can become favored and actually change. I may retaliate in addition to other techniques. Sense the billow's wake.
That's
Oh, retaliate. So yourself in their blows each time a phone puts the key, the condition, or shoots your weapon in the chain. Okay, that one there. Yep. There it is. I see it.
cool.
It's a dependent maneuver.
Cool. Hilariously, Ayase, your two guards that were still close to the situation where their feet are also trapped.
Oh, I know.
The guards that were escorting you to City Hall are also trapped in the ice because they were close up to the situation and, rushing in. She just got them all.
It benefits you. Now you can escape without paying them.
Metagaming.
For goodness sakes.
See, that was the last thing there. So how it works, your combatants are still engaged with you. Are you still wanting to engage with them?
Mm-hmm.
Your combatants are still engaging with you, and sorry, I ran in a wave, and I was like, what? They're wanting to still engage with you and Giva. So are y'all engaging with them still?
Are the civilians in the way still?
There's still some kind of scrambling, and there's some the ones that have stalls kind of along the way are also kind of trying to gather up all their stuff, not losing any merchandise and things.
Okay.
So they're still in the way, basically.
Yeah, I guess I will still be engaged.
And I'll say, are you jumping in on either exchange?
Hmm. Yes, for the sake of I wish to do things that are combat related.
Which
Yes,
group
Austin.
are you kind of jumping in with?
I like to be near enough to assist my now frozen guards, partially frozen guards, if I may.
You can be in that exchange, yes.
Okay.
So now, I'm choosing. You said defend on maneuver, right? Ashrad?
I did.
Cool. They're doing that.
Prevent that. That's
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. That's.
Yeah. Whether if you do home decision.
Yes. That sucks. Oh.
To give it, she goes.
Yeah, you also talk.
Right now.
Yeah, so basically the game encouraged y'all to coordinate.
Oh,
So
cool. Yeah.
Back off.
Now that I have their feet tied down, I feel like I might be a target, but I'm going to try and get as many civilians out as I can. Do you think you can help as well? I might just run by them and just talk to them.
Could, or I could finish off the guard so they won't be a problem.
Well, I don't know if we should do that to Fire Nation guards. That feels like it might put a target on our back, and we don't have
that sounds political.
Kamito,
notice.
haha, sorry. Kimado, they were attacking civilians. We cannot let this go by as the Iron Lotus. We are here to protect the people, and these are not people worthy of our mercy.
Well, I agree with that. I don't know much about the Fire Nation, except for that they retaliate with great force. And I don't want the Iron Lotus to be put into danger. If you're,
I think as my lodestar, you can do something to shift my action.
That's what I was looking for. I'm looking at the rules on that. So I was
She
definitely
can
gonna
call me out, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can call anyone out.
It's in my other binder.
So that would be calling me out on my
The
restraint.
balance move, can you openly?
It's specific to hers. It's a specific thing for
Yeah.
hers. So I was looking for I was looking at the balance move first, and then I was like, wait, she definitely has a specific thing.
Oh man, we have a literal voice of reason power. Oh man.
Oh man.
She does on me. That's like our relationship.
No, like everybody does, but like you have a specific one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
It just works just like okay.
You have a balance move.
So it is still it's on the balance. Hold on. One day. Probably master this bug at the end of the campaign, but it's fine. It's fine. That must be best. Alright, so it's calling her out. Alright,
So why am
so
I the special? Like it
So
seems
give
the same.
give a roll 2d6 and add 0 because your balance is at 0, basically.
5.
It says, do I have to shift my balance away from center?
No, so you're doing it to her basically.
So you can do a move to act in accordance with one of your principles instead. Marking condition or access to
Yeah.
the flat.
So the 5 means basically that you won. It's so weird.
So
Yeah, sorry.
worded weirdly, like when my lodestar calls me out, I cannot resist it.
Yes.
Treat an NPC lodestar calling you out as if you rolled a 10 plus, and a PC lodestar calling you out if they rolled.
It's an auto 10. Got it. I see. But yes, it's weird. Because the more unbalanced you are, the higher it goes. You're more likely to get called out, basically. So that's why it's supposed to be. It's basically supposed to be. You want it to be a miss at a 0. Basically, it's easier to be a miss at a 0, but you're more unbalanced as you go left to right.
Oh, so
But-
now Eva can tell.
She could if it weren't for her lodestar thing, where it's an automatic 10.
Yeah.
So there should have been a roll at all. It should have been auto 10 because
Yeah,
of
so
her,
basically, Kamado gets free
Oh.
call me out.
it's
I see.
yeah, it's right there on hers. That's her playbook. Cool. So 10 up auto. That means nice if it told me what it did in actual my season.
I hope everyone's having a wonderful day this day. Also this evening.
All right. So basically on 10, it means so actually just called you out. You either need to you have to do what she says either way. It's okay. Yeah. Either way you do what she says, basically, and you either mark when fatigued now or shift your balance.
I'm going to shift my balance towards restraint because that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Fine, Kamado. If you think
Is the
this is
lodestar
what's
maker shift
best.
balance? Or why is she shifting balance?
Because I got her.
Right, it didn't say on pulsing not that they shift balance.
Yeah.
it's on the that's on the
Oh,
balance.
there it is.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Fine. I will do my best to protect the people as well.
Let's see.
That's
If you have any earth-bending moves, I can just move them out of the way. That'd be great.
Well, most of my moves involve metal bending, but I will do my best.
all right.
The way it worded is does
Skill trees.
Kamado not move the. When you openly call on someone to live up to their principle, shift your balance over to the center. I think you should.
It's also slightly different.
Right, but you're taking, you're taking the call someone out action. The lodestar, what it means, is you just get a 10. But you're still doing the call someone out. So if you read it, it says, if you openly call someone to live up to their principle, shift your balance away from the center, then name and roll with their principle.
So you roll.
On a hit, they are called to act, so you would.
And they must either do it or mark it. Yes. And that's the 10 or up roll. Okay. So it's not a miss. You're rolling with the principal. It's acting as you for roll.
So Eva will have to do it, she says, or mark a condition.
And she's doing what she says. So we're good.
For me, I literally have no choice. I can't resist.
The difference is you don't move your balance, basically. That's what that clarified.
So I don't. Oh, Kayla doesn't, or I don't.
Neither of you move your balance.
Of lodestar makes her
back
not
where
do
it
it.
was.
Of lodestar makes her not.
Either way, she wouldn't because. Oh no, she does.
Yeah, you do, she does.
Yeah, she does the main thing. So what are your two again, Kayla?
So friendship.
So yours is friendship. So move to friendship, yeah.
Oh.
I don't.
He
I moved
chooses.
my balance.
Oh, you choose?
Or
Yeah.
something like,
Anytime it's unclear which way you would go, I would choose, basically. I'm choosing friendship because you're kind of relying on the friendship there to kind of appease her. But we're good now.
Okay,
But it
so
says roll. Go ahead.
can you explain this to me? Am I not shifting my balance? And if not, I don't.
Yep, that is correct. You are not shifting your balance.
Oh fuck.
You're not shifting your balance, but you do still have to do, because it's a 10 up every time, you still have to do what Kimito said or mark a condition. So if you don't want to do what she said, you have to mark a condition, essentially.
So basically, for whenever Kayla's character calls me out, I will never have to move my balance.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, which I guess is good. Do people want a 0 balance?
So the thing is, anytime that you're doing a very role play action that plays into your balance, you can replace what you would normally roll with it with that plus or minus.
Okay.
So you'll always be able to do that by marking one fatigue, anyways. The problem with it is it makes it easier for you to lose control.
Okay.
Going over.
So being at 0 isn't bad.
No. In general, you kind of want that.
Got it.
Unless you're really relying on that replacement feature. Cool.
Those two things are called principles, like it says,
Mm-hmm.
the name and roll with their principle.
Yeah.
the principle is the black and the white.
Black and
Yeah.
white. Yeah.
Like the cool fish.
So you two are basically disengaging with the guards to protect civilians now.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're trying to get them out of here.
Mm-hmm. Just escorting them. I'll say now that they're kind of disengaging, are you still trying to get anything exchange, or are you kind of just escaping? What are you up to at this point?
I'm trying to help save the people so they can save me. I don't. I'm not
Because
doing a very good job. I have to take some matters into my own hands, but I can't dirty them too much or anything. So
because you do see Kimito and Giva basically start escorting the civilians that are kind of in this area away back towards the other group that was escaping.
yes, and I don't know them, so I'm going to stick with tradition and what I know. Can I do anything to end an ice impairment effect?
We'll call it in this because you're not really in an exchange, either to guiding comfort or relying on your skills and training.
Big fan of relying on my skills and training in this instance. Big fan.
Either or, whichever one you want to do.
Oh yeah, let me double check my sheet. Wait. Do I like that?
You already chose your combat exchange.
Wait, do I? I
Estrada.
do like that.
No.
I have
So
rolled
are they
an 8.
have the other party members called our team?
No, they're basically going the other way now because they've kind of quelled the threat and now they're getting civilians away from the Fire Nation guards. The Fire Nation guards have stopped pursuing it all because they got frozen and stuck. So you're still 1 on 10.
But I've rolled an 8. Maybe
Roll
they're
them.
less stuck.
You rolled an 8. You freed the two that said they'd help you escape.
How do I do it? Can I roleplay it? Can I
Go
flavor
for
away?
it. Go for the
As-
roll.
You just see me produce a very, very small flame, very close to my person. It's hardly managed or anything of the like, but it is a small flame nevertheless, and even at a great distance, you can tell this small flame is quite hot. And so just kind of basically use that to, I don't know, almost like just, bzzz, like a sci-fi. We're boarding into a closed room, unweld them out of it. Bzzz.
Against all the invaders or
They're advancing and attacking.
okay.
All right. Before we go into that, but yeah, you are able to free the two guards who are still keen on getting you out of here to get paid. If you would like.
Yes, let's get out of here. Some of you are being outdone, I'd say, if you look around you.
Right. Right. They escort you into City Hall. We'll come back to that. Advanced attacking goes before evade and observe. So they are overwhelming you, but they are now basically all coordinating, attacking you, and trying to knock you out of the sky. So for them, that means they strike at every command in reach. You are the only one there in reach, and they're fighting. You must mark 2 fatigue or 1 condition. It is your choice. As they're just blasting you with wind, you just kind of get mad.
They're people.
My nation.
Evade and observe, you get to immediately clear 1 fatigue. Mhm.
Was it mark two fatigue and a condition?
No, it was one. Either one. I was saying, I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you'd already got one, but yeah.
Nope.
But yeah, you're good to go. Roll.
Bolster. Oh, I guess roll with creativity or harmony. Both plus 1. 9, 10.
10. So you can use a learn fatigue if you want. If you mark a fatigue for it, you can. You don't have any practice ones yet. You could. You could use 2 techniques of a basic and master. They should be different.
Oh, you need 2 techniques?
You can with 10, yeah.
Oh,
Unless you choose to do learned one, which does immediately become practiced. What do you do?
Oh. So what is the difference between learning and practice?
Learned is it's hard. Not harder. You have to mark fatigue to use it. Is the difference to use learned? The first time you use learn, when it becomes practice from there on out, though.
I mean, I can only do 1 if I do that one.
That's correct.
Yeah, I'm stuck with like, do I want to become stronger by making myself practice, or do I want to do what I want to do? I'm going to. Well, I guess I can do 2 if I don't use a learning. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will slide around the blow first. I move perfectly so that past strikes and demanding my opponent's attention. A foe you are engaged with must remain engaged with you and can only use techniques against you in the next game.
Cool.
And then I'll also hinder that.
Nice.
I would attempt. I would like to. I mean, if I can closer, I'd like to attempt to trap them.
Oh my gosh.
There's a kid beyond, so she's beyond, so it's like,
Trap things.
yeah, like make a golden ball. Like,
Kind of airwall them.
yeah, that would be my attempt. Or however, like,
That works. Sure. They are considered trapped as that happens. I should kind of form an air bubble around all this. Just a- And they can't escape at all this next exchange. It doesn't matter really. All right. Cool. We'll do another quick round of you and I. So they I have chosen theirs.
and so attack.
Cool. They did evade and observe. So you get to go first.
Alright. Passion 9.
9. So you can use a basic or a mastered.
So, okay, those are all basic. I will strike.
Ooh. That's an advanced technique.
It's just a basic technique. I'm hitting them with like something. I'm striking them with something.
My choice.
I will let them choose.
Okay.
I will not partake to do so.
Okay. They will choose to mark a condition. It is at this point that they are feeling afraid. It's very much more skilled combat. They kind of
Not ready for a bad look with it.
sure were. So they decide to coordinate, which is they immediately become prepared and favored.
Group actions. Disgusting.
Yeah,
Not that I read it.
tactics, please.
They have advantage?
they have advantage. Does that, and they also get to clear a 2 fatigue or condition. They clear the afraid. They've talked to each other. It'll hashtag bolstered. We'll do one more quick one, and then I'll come back to the rest of the group.
When you, so you bolstered to remove a condition.
They use the coordination, which is a group technique. Pretty good. They've chosen theirs. If you would like to choose yours.
Yeah.
All right. They have.
Advanced attack.
They're also choosing advanced attack. Players always go first. You can mark it fatigue to use a basic or mastered technique, or you can choose to do nothing. I'm also going to double check.
I'm just going to do basic.
It's start. Keep messing this up. Not fatigue. You shift your balance away from your center.
So you use one?
The use one, yes.
Not all erasers.
Brainstorm.
Good. Okay. I just not erased.
Yeah, I'll be.
Good lord. Okay, so I just you said shift my balance.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be trying to strike.
If which principal did you move closer to?
Do I choose?
Which two do you have again?
I support leadership.
We'll call it leadership.
Okay.
Garrett, is there any way for me and Kamado to see this and try to rejoin combat to help him?
You'll be able to. Basically, this is all happening like while y'all are getting that civic group of civilians out of the way, and then you're going to be rushing back. That should three quick ones to kind of pass in game time. What's going on while that's happening? Striking again. They are going to.
So I shifted my balance and it makes it a hit.
Yes. Or wait, it makes it. It just makes it so you can use the technique at all. Pretty much.
Because you can only use the technique on it. It seems.
You're good.
I have a whole drawer of them under my monitor. He's not gonna like it. It's not gonna like it. Oof. We need to help them out faster.
Hey, yeah, it's.
No character. Thank you. Just doing.
All right. They are choosing to move their center from your strike.
I will not love that.
Okay.
Ooh, you can stop them?
Yeah, I can mark a fatigue and force them to mark 2 fatigue.
Oh.
Or they have to strike or strike on the arrow with that's any condition to them. So, you choose that.
I just choose it for them.
I'm good. Yep, I understand now. Two fatigue. That was very smart.
Yep.
Because
Because I'm not giving them a free out of the trust test.
very smart.
I have mastered the metagame. I am. Gamer.
So they now overwhelm you twice. One from the normal and one from being favored.
Okay.
So, you get to do this twice, mark 2 fatigue or condition twice. And what happens when you can no longer mark fatigue, you mark a condition instead. So,
Okay. So.
you're only knocked out once you've marked all of your fatigue and all of your condition.
Where's the getting rid of status section? Clearing conditions. Oh, okay.
They're all basically different role playing things.
Yeah.
It's a status. Like if I want to be empowered.
Ask your friendly neighborhood fire princess. There are different techniques that basically allow you to do that.
Princess, I don't know. That's such a lofty role.
Let's do 2 fatigue. And I am afraid.
You are afraid now?
Yeah, but like it's not like
No, yeah. Internally afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I know what I must do. I'm compelled based on my principles to do something, even if I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paladins.
There's one in every show.
And at this point that you two have kind of gotten people to safety and are kind of rushing back onto the scene, the Fire Nation guards are freeing themselves, or half freed themselves basically at this point. The ones that did not go with Ayase.
Wow, who helped them out? That's so strange. They're all okay again. Wow.
And then the Fire Nation, the two ones that escorted you inside, Ayase, they go payment.
Yes, a tuppence. Sorry. Flick them diadem, a doubloon. I don't know the name of currency in our world.
I've already lied to you.
Coin.
We all have different money. The water
Thanks
tribe has their
for
own
it.
money.
Plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, we got one for every.
There's also more if we do our jobs. Now, are we going to let those outside interlopers take away Fire Nation civilians, or are we going to do something about those?
Make a weed, please. Sure.
Oh boy, my best one. A plead? Well, there, Chief. We have got a 5 on that one.
Oh no, we're good. We're going home. And they just kind of leave. Those two, anyways.
Now for the rest of you. Anyone who's a bit smarter.
No, the other 8 are all outside and like still engaging, or about to re-engage, anyways.
For anyone who's a bit smarter.
Oh man.
And if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. I'll go observe them.
So
Need pointers.
Wait, so are you leaving safety to go observe the battle again?
you had made it to the city hall at that point, which is just kind of off the street.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to the other players. Or closer to the other players, but still, yeah, my ostensible reason is I am hoping to direct the guards to be better than those last two because they really sucked at their job.
Yeah, sure did.
They really need some more support.
Do we see who is attacking Astrod?
That would be the guiding wind, so about 10 people.
Oh.
And they have just pelted them with a bunch of air blasts. And they're kind of trapped in an air bubble, but occupied. They are all in one giant air bubble.
Together.
They are literally trapped.
Kimado, we cannot let those people hurt that airbender. We need to step in and help him now.
I agree.
Well, can't let those airbenders hurt that airbender.
Stop hitting yourself.
I agree. He was up on stage and he was trying to protect civilians. I think that we should help him.
Meanwhile,
man.
I'm just inspired by, like, gotta help the little man. not that.
Your size is not larger.
No, like the underdog. You're alone getting attacked.
1v10. I like those odds.
They're in like an air bubble.
Yep, but I mean, you can basically enter it still. It just keeps them trapped in.
Is it just the people attacking him, or is it him
And the people attacking him.
Sure.
And the Fire Nation guards are also adding in here. All of you can go ahead and choose your approach.
Got it.
Oh.
if you're all joining back into the combat, so you can all choose your approach.
I am attacking and advancing.
Cool.
I'm invading and Jordan.
Cool.
I guess I will also advance and attack, but I do have a question. I guess I'll wait until the time comes.
Okay. So evade,
Oh
observe,
man, you already know we evade observe every time.
evade,
Boy.
observe. Cool. The guiding wind warriors are evading and observing. The fire nation guards are advancing and attacking. Players go first, so Giva and Kimito, you can choose who goes first.
Okay.
I'll hopefully go first. Maybe I can do something this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got an 11.
Ooh.
So that means
So-
you can use the learned one if you want, and it'll immediately go to practice, but you just have mark one fatigue for it. Or you can use a two basic and master that have to be different.
Wait, did you say my learned one would go to practice if I use it?
Yep, you just have to mark fatigue for it.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I am going to Iron Shard Cloud, assuming there's some metal shards from all the rubble around me.
Oh yeah,
All right.
for
That
sure.
puts me at 2 fatigue. So I throw, I bend, and get the metal shards off the ground, and I send them towards the airbenders. And if I use this technique against a group, I inflict 3 fatigue and a condition.
Excellent.
And condition.
I would like them to be afraid. No, wait, troubled. I want them to be troubled.
Wait, you do it. Oh, condition.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
They're already pretty afraid, aren't they?
They had cleared it from coordinate.
Right.
We couldn't have done this better, give us, hopefully it'll work out.
I was just very
You can tell
excited.
each other what you're gonna do.
I know.
You can metagame in this.
Yeah.
We didn't though, but we should have. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just very excited. I was like, a group, you say? I have a technique that's really useful for that.
You were doing that to the guiding wind, correct?
Yeah, because I saw them attack the airbender.
That would be quite unfortunate, right?
Would be. But we can.
Would I be considered part of the group?
No.
No, you're good.
No, I was trying to protect you because you looked like you were in distress.
Maybe.
Not to say you were, but that was give us perception of the situation.
Because their fatigue is maxed out, they are also afraid and troubled.
What happens if they max everything out?
They are knocked out.
Yeah.
Ooh, excellent.
They paint like Pokemon.
You have afraid and trouble?
But over to you, Kimito.
I'm rolling with passion.
If you're gonna click 3,
Dead, guys. Wish I hadn't said that. Good roll. Oh, fuck me. 8.
8 to 8. You can still use a mastered or basic.
Excellent. I'm going to. So this is my question. It is titled Sweep the Leg. And it says you attack where an enemy is weakest or most off balance. If your foe has a total of 3 or more fatigue and conditions marked, inflict 2 fatigue. Does it matter that it says sweep the leg? Like do I have to actually sweep the leg? I know that.
No.
Okay.
Is all the further you want to do.
I will sweep the leg and I will inflict 2 fatigue because they have more than 3 or more fatigue and conditions.
So you're saying my technique worked well with your technique?
It did.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Since they have more than 3 fatigue and conditions marked, I inflict 2 fatigue.
Cool.
Black, whatever to their conditions.
Cool.
Well, then maybe I should have advanced an attack.
Maybe we could have put them out.
Only I know help was coming. As just a bunch of metal just pours into this air bubble, and then kind of attacking them from above, knocking a few of them for a loop, and then another kind of water tentacle, whatever that is, sweeps the leg, knocks them to the ground. The leg. Cool.
So you're
Now
saying the
it's-
Iron Lotus kicked ass?
We need a calling card.
We do.
I could make an ice lotus. You could make an iron one.
The guards are focus firing.
We could make a frozen iron lotus.
Don't stick it, your tongue will get stuck.
Um, the guards do focus fire on Kimado.
Oh,
Raising their
I think
legs.
That's
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
So they mark fatigue to inflict 2 fatigue in a condition to you. The condition will be do you feel more troubled or angry?
Trouble.
Troubled, go with. As they just all blast you, kind of knock you off your feet. Evade and observes now happen. Ayase and Estrad, you can fight it out on who wants to go first.
Mine won't really affect you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, mine doesn't affect you. You're in combat. You go first, man. Yours is crazy.
You're in real combat.
You're fighting 1v10 or something. Go.
Remember to clear 1 fatigue for doing evade and observe.
That's a 13.
13. It's learned or basic and a mastered. Base two things were learned.
If I didn't learn just one learned,
Yes, one learned. And you have to mark fatigue for it. But it immediately goes to practice from there on out.
okay.
Do you have fatigue to give?
I just got feedback. So do I want to do that? I mean, I don't think it'll last one more time, so I don't think fatigue is too much. I will sense the blow's wake, which is my limit. I'll make it practice. And it just means next turn I may retaliate as well as something else. So I will be marking 2 fatigue.
Yep. Cool. That's good there. Ayase.
I rolled a 7.
Cool. You can either take basic or mastered.
I think we're gonna go basic today. Because if I may, I would like to try to aid the Fire Nation guards.
Cool.
I'd like to imagine as they are beginning their opening volleys against Kimado, I am kind of slinking up behind them, not the Kimado and our other Iron Lords. They're kind of slinking to the guards and just at a very like short range, like behind one of the guards, just probably one of them, honestly. You know, I just don't pat him on the back or anything, but it's like, I get very quite close. And you just, see that familiar small little flame come out and just like to see if I can empower this guy. As I basically just speed up that there metabolism a bit. He's a little bit better in his abilities for a moment.
He empowered. He doesn't notice.
He doesn't notice, but it's one guy,
He does not notice. That's
and then
fine.
take my distance, so I'm not considered part of that group. But yeah, close enough. I'm like, pretty close.
Yeah.
You can hurt me with anything that says range, but I'm not part of that. Distinct from them. But,
the guiding wind we're going to coordinate, but frankly, it doesn't matter at this point.
Scatter.
We hit the wall. As the volley of iron and water has combine to knock them unconscious, and they fall to the ground.
The getting one?
They got anyone? Yes, they are officially entered the exchange.
Nice.
The At this point, before the declaration of a new exchange, the Fire Nation guards look at you all and say, "Get out of Fire Nation business. We're arresting these people,
Me?
not you
Ah,
yet. You're not as much of a threat as these guiding wind."
Oh, are you sure you shouldn't arrest them?
well, I was just trying to protect civilians.
You can try to arrest me, but I don't think it'll go the way you want.
You people are not worth the effort right now. We'll be taking the guiding wind to prison, though.
Whatever for. Besides this whole bomb thing, but
Do I need another reason?
no. I mean, you do. No, you don't. Sorry. I don't know how I'm saying. No, you don't. But I'm just curious as to why they would have blown them up. I don't know anything about these people.
Well, you can read the papers about the investigation then.
I think y'all belong in prison too. Your fire almost hurt these civilians. You are not innocent.
Make an intimidation. Why not? So that is.
So we out of combat?
Action.
We'll see. Action giver.
10.
Okay.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm very passionate despite
Yeah.
my lack of emotional display.
Yep. You get to choose one of those four options that I cannot choose.
Ooh. I want them to back down.
You choose one that I cannot choose.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. So I choose one of those and then you can't do it.
That's correct.
Correct.
But he will choose one of the others.
Yep.
I choose that they can attack us.
Good choice.
Good choice. They are going to back down and say, "I see your point. I'm sure there'll be an investigation into our behavior today, but we will be taking the guiding wind with us."
Believe it, you could take.
You mean you're just going to let them go? It's just strange interlopers in our midst, coincidentally at the same time as this guiding wind affront to our nation?
Considering
You
they
saw my medal flying at the guiding wind. Did you think I was a part of them?
No, but there's certainly a conspiracy going on. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some interesting agents in our fray.
You seem very concerned for someone who stood on the sidelines while civilians were hurt.
I helped in my own ways.
Really? I didn't see any fire leaving this.
And yes, she's a fire.
I don't. But I just assume that all Fire Nation people are. I haven't been. Even though not all of our tribe members are vendors, but that's fine.
I'm sure the guards all acted in the best interest of nation. It may not always be in the best interest of people.
Typical. That's exactly what all you highbrow people think. You don't care about people and you only care about the nation. That's the problem. Isn't that right, Giva?
I couldn't have said it better myself, Kimado.
Well, you are a guest in this nation, so you might want to learn some of its laws.
Well,
What's the
I
law
might.
to just kill civilians?
No one died. Look, just a quick look around the scene. Yeah, no one's dead.
By no help of you, if I did not stop that scaffold over there, your Fire Nation people would be lying dead on the streets. You are not a patriot, woman, and I look at Ayase. You did nothing to help your people. You do not deserve a nation.
Walking away.
Back to your group, basically.
Yeah. But like, does it mean like I'm running away? It cannot. It doesn't have to.
I believe that
What is that?
You're no longer afraid.
I believe the implication of running away is means someone's chasing after you.
What if, I mean, like, so am I just constantly afraid? Like, am I running? Am I afraid of a threat that no longer exists?
You're still shaking up from combat, yeah, sure.
Okay.
But anyways, I actually want calling someone out from. So technically, you will roll Giba against Ayase.
What I roll down?
You're not rolling anything. She's trying to call you out
Oh,
of
yeah,
your
yeah.
center of balance, essentially.
Well, now.
You'll add 0 because she's in her center.
So I add nothing to my roll.
Yes.
I'm only at a 7.
Oh, that's not bad.
You want to get low?
Yes. This is the one you want to get low. So Ayase, you are able to challenge Giva's worldview. So Giva needs. So you can play this out how you want, as she's challenged your view of people, I guess, your nationality, whatever, however you want to put that, patriotism.
Nation is not born of niceties; it is born of sacrifice.
And now, Giva, you mark 1 fatigue or shift your balance.
Ayase would choose.
Oh, so I also choose.
No. Giva chooses, but if she chooses move the balance, Ayase chooses which way the balance goes.
Gotcha.
I will pick. Actually, even though she moves my balance, that doesn't necessarily mean I can cede to her argument, right?
That is correct. You're not changing your entire worldview. You only kind
I
of
have implanted a thought in your mind that may grow,
basically.
but
Now,
it might
you're not fully converted, but you're like, take from it what you will. Your view on the situation has changed a little bit, essentially, but you're not necessarily backing down.
All right.
You are.
I know how my view will change, but I'm gonna basically twist it to serve myself, but I'll tell you in a second. I'll choose balance, and you can pick restraint or results. I imagine you'll pick results.
For me, those are my options here.
Yeah.
You get to choose which one she shifts it, which way she shifts it.
I guess we call it results.
I don't think you're wrong about sacrifice, but I didn't see you make any.
My pockets are 2 gold lighter. That's something.
I turn on my heel.
There's no
just
money
to
to back up.
I
Welcome to whose turn is it anyway? Gold doesn't matter. We don't keep track of it anyway.
I look Ayase up and down, and I just kind of like I'm evaluating her, but without really giving anything away. Giva just turns on her heel. I look at Kamado. We should check on the airbender, make sure he's okay.
Yes, let's go.
Guys, we should check on the airbender. It's okay. Let's stop. I don't know. He was kind of cool with us. So maybe check on him.
I will. Yeah, we walk over to Estrad.
Ninche is also just very closely nearby.
That's barely in frame.
Yeah, so you can't see your fingers.
You were like going like.
I asked, should I like get some of the other city council members and like let them know what happened?
Yes, I think we had better go back to polite society.
It is at this point that Ninche's boss, per se, sure, Minister Kute walks up. Excuse me.
We still here?
Oh yeah, you were kind of in. So Estrad, you're basically still within earshot. You were walking away. You were kind of trailing him. as she kind of walks out of the city hall. E4, 5, and J. Can you all come with me so I can get an evaluation of this situation from all of you? Thank you. Just turned and starts walking in, didn't even wait for you.
What? Are you running now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Giva, I think this might be a fantastic opportunity to educate them on what their brigade is doing.
If they're anything like
right.
this one, and I eyeball Ayase, I don't think we'll get anywhere.
You never know.
You give me a pass with your eyes like you're throwing a baseball in my eyes. Just whoop, just over it to not intercept your eye contact.
Or even.
At this point, the guards have handcuffed all the airbenders and are walking them towards the prison. The guiding wind airbenders.
There's something not quite right about this land. What? Kamado.
You're telling me, sister. What? Oh, I don't like.
Is Estrad like? Did you turn around?
I ran from the
They bolted.
police, city guards.
So when the lady said she wanted to talk to you, you just decided to ignore it?
No, I ran.
Oh!
Wait.
Oh!
Yeah, I didn't just ignore it. I actively went away from the situation. I don't want to clean this crap up.
Well, Kamado. Can I ask or
I don't know. Can you?
yeah, I don't think that really makes sense right now. So Kamado wants us to follow the officials. But what about?
Yep.
Okay.
And she's walking inside. Ayase, Ninja is following in as well. Are you? So you following in, or?
Oh yes, when women with clipboards ask you to go places, you go there. So I was actually a few steps ahead of them.
I begrudgingly follow Kamado.
She walks you basically to her private office in the city hall. She's basically a minister of education, essentially. Pretty much the person who commissioned the Fire and Air Learning Center being built in the first place. She closes the door as you all kind of get into her private study. She says, "All right, I don't really need to tell you to tell me about the situation. I was watching from my window.
It was hard to miss.
It was quite loud and obnoxious, yes.
Though the
How
glider was a bit easy to
unhelpful
miss,
of
you have to be
you.
observant to notice that one.
Yes. But I actually wanted to talk to you all because I need some people to gather information on this guiding wind. Some who could probably come across as neutral.
We have more important things to do, Kamado.
Oh, really? What do you have to do?
That is none of your concern.
Oh, you have nothing that a city council member could help you with?
Oh.
I defer to Kamado. I look at her.
Possibly. It just depends on how that city council member might be feeling about certain regimes and things like that.
What is your stance on the Earth Kingdom and the Northern Water Tribe's oppressive practices?
Give a glance like.
I know nothing of the Northern Water Tribe's oppressive practices, but I do know that the Earth King is quite the fool.
I could not agree more. If you are willing to help us in our movement against the king, then I am at your service.
I'm willing to get you scheduled with the city council to get aid. I am just a minister of education, but you
We
see,
need resources and we need manpower.
well, see, on the city council here, we have the general of our standing army, who could probably be quite useful in the manpower, and the guild master for the commerce guild, who could probably also give you a bit of deals on the resources you need. And I could get you that audience with them if you would like and hear your plight, as long as you are willing to help me, of course.
And
Well, if you're not going to ask the question, I am. What do people escaping political oppression of Northern Water Tribe and Earth Kingdom have to do with our nation?
You have seen them.
so is he talking to us?
Yeah, I mean, big talking to the room on that one, but you
I thought
know.
you were talking to the lady.
The expressions that went on Eva's face there, it's like
Can you repeat what you said? So I
You went through all 5 stages of grief right there.
to answer that with.
Why are you here? What's your problem got to do with my country? What?
Well, you might not have experienced this from where you came from, but there are many people in the world that might need help and might be willing to give us help, and we can give them help in return. Around the world to collect these people. So if that doesn't concern you, because you're not one of those people. So maybe just butt out of the conversation.
Butt out of my country.
You are a fool if you think this problem ends in the Earth Kingdom. It will expand. And you will stand by and watch your people die as well as the people of my kingdom? For shame.
Well, I don't much want to see my kingdom resembling that one.
Did
So,
you see what happened today? The conflicts that are happening in my kingdom and in the Northern Water Tribes are not exclusive to those areas. They are expanding across the kingdoms and must be addressed. And I am here to help those people, while others like you stand by and do nothing.
I said it better myself, Eva.
you truly don't know who you're talking to, right? If you
No,
need
we
an-
really don't, as you are not important to us.
Well, if you're looking for military resources or something of the like, I might be able to strike an arrangement.
What could you ever want that you could receive from us?
I didn't ask for anything in return. I just led with what I can give. You've presumed quite a bit.
I
And
have
you've
not
assumed
presumed.
You've led us to presume quite a bit.
I
What did you
have
say?
only observed.
Ninja in the corner just goes, I mean, if they can help us get the learning center built, that'd be really nice and clear this problem really quickly. Maybe they can figure out why the guiding wind doesn't want the center to be built in the first place.
I am happy
Like a
to
finger
lend my
trap?
bending abilities to help build.
she like a Chinese finger trap there.
Oh, as I say, like, I am happy to lend my bending abilities to help you with your construction. I look for any sort of metal thing on the room, preferably if there's like a trinket on her desk, and I try to demonstrate.
Yeah, sure, why not? There's a little metal bracelet thing.
I bend it into a lotus.
He asked you to help me by breaking your ship.
No one else has metal bender. I'm leaning into it.
Minister Kute goes, that was a family heirloom.
That is not a problem, and I bend it back.
I hope it's just a little wonky. You mostly got it. It's just a little wonky.
Do you not believe in my skills?
Please run through your shields and trading.
Well, to do that, I would like to do my I would like to market fatigue to do my no time for feelings to get rid of my condition.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But you're a pro at this game already.
Oh, I'm
She
so happy I did that.
unburned her hand real quick.
Yeah.
I got a 9. It's not that I unburned my hand, I was like, push past the pain.
So you definitely get it back into the shape, but there's just the smallest dent that you were not able to get. She doesn't even notice. It's just you in your blacksmith ways. You just know you have so much more.
I'm shaking in my boots, trying to like act normal, like. I apologize. I was merely trying to demonstrate my bending abilities. I have found that they are unique.
They are. I've never seen anything like it, actually. That's why the learning center to be such a fruitful endeavor. Sharing knowledge between nations, of course. But yes, I can get you an audience with our city council if you can at least talk to the guiding wind and find out why do they not want the center to be built, and see if you can get them to stop their
We negotiate with terrorists now. we
Like literally 10 unconscious guys. Can you interrogate them?
I'm
I'm not there,
afraid
but-
that I.
Oh, that's right, you ran.
No, I'm not there, but again.
the guards will probably interrogate them, yes, but we need someone who can probably talk a bit more fruitful. Just because we have them in custody doesn't mean they will talk freely about their motives.
I'm
Do you know
afraid.
where we can find them? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Gila.
I'm afraid on this point I must agree with Ayase. I cannot see myself trying to negotiate with others who would willingly do harm to another.
What do you call that thing you did to the gods again? Or what you call it?
Defense.
And we actually did no
Effective.
harm to them. Their feet were merely frozen, and they became unfrozen.
I think he was referring to Mia.
Oh, you did that to the guard?
To the air people. Oh,
Yeah,
he was
Yeah, I
referring to the
recommend
fire
that just in
guards.
general.
If I was in general.
Oh my bad.
Perspective.
Well, Eva, I mean, we might be able to help with this situation. Yes, they might have been putting people in danger needlessly, but maybe if we get to the root of the problem, then we can figure out how to stop them back. And then ultimately, we can achieve our goal of getting more resources for our organization.
Plus, this is the first time violence has broken out over this issue.
What luxury that your nation enjoys.
Yes, it is. We prefer to keep it that way. But finding out why the escalation in the first place, what has agitated Chondro so much?
Chondro,
Chondro, the leader of the Guiding Wind.
you know where they're located.
I do not. You may want to talk to the Air Nomad group that's not affiliated with them, though.
Like the man that was speaking at the rally.
Yes, like them.
I see. Well, yeah, I guess if that is all you need, we can start there. Do you have supplies for this mission?
No, not at all.
Are we getting paid in any other way other than services?
You are getting paid in an audience of the city with the city council.
Excellent.
And
Do
what
you
do you
have-
get?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask a stupid question.
I turn over to Oyase and like, and what do you get out of this arrangement? I thought you weren't interested in helping people.
Not. I'm interested in helping my nation. I'd rather get this resolved. And if, someone like you or I were to try to speak to them, it wouldn't go so well. Your companion seems a bit more personable. So
I could agree more. There's no one better for this job than Kimado.
Well, thank you, Hugh, for your kind words. I appreciate it.
just like to know
Um,
what's going on.
And maybe they can help us find that air fellow that we helped protect. The speaker is who I'm talking about. But yeah, I guess we can get started.
Excellent. Please leave my office now.
I need to rest. Do you know where we might be able to stay?
You could probably stay in the
What's so funny?
Here's I'm gonna change the name on the spot.
You can stay at the hold, please.
You can stay at the old Lotus.
This is when Ayase says, "Y'all can all stay with me in my beautiful mansion." Ah!
No,
You can stay in Rich People Town.
I'm away from home myself, and it's not exactly the greatest of conditions. I'm adapting.
You can stay at the Flutterbat Hotel.
A hotel. Sounds lovely.
Thank
Okay,
you.
well, I'm assuming that the city council will comp our stay since we are aiding them.
I will comp your stay, yes.
Yeah.
Then Shay, get to work writing that up for me. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. We bid you adieu.
Before we all leave, Giva extends her hand to the lady. It was a pleasure meeting you.
The lights, and she just sticks her hand out.
Yeah, give us like this, and the lady's like,
Giva grabs it, like really, like gives it a firm shake, like unfazed.
Ready?
She tries to maintain. She just stretches her fingers back out after that.
I hope they have a stable at the Flutterbat Inn.
stable. Is that what you
I would assume you were accustomed to more refinery, but with that mouth of yours, I understand you probably feel comfortable with the donkeys.
That everything is yours.
said?
Everything.
Then Shay goes, "This is the beginning of a wonderful friendship."
Damn,
Alright.
give up.
Oh man. Anyways,
So, let's find that big handsome man who turned tail like a something.
we cut to Estrad.
Like a flutterbat.
Estrad, where were you running specifically? Where were you trying to get to?
A place to relax and undo fatigue.
Hot spring, you know?
I went right to the Flutterbat Inn!
The Flutterbat Hotel, where your group has been staying. You're the first one that makes it back as they are trying to get people, civilians to safety and all that, but you kind of make it to your room. And when you get to your room, you hear a knock on your window. It's more incessant.
I'll answer. And I go to the window.
And there is your spy
Oh, okay.
in the guiding wind.
Okay.
Oh.
Word?
Where on board or open the window. Hummingbird.
Flies in the day and the winds, and I don't know. We didn't get that far in our.
Hummingbird.
Fletcher's in plain sight.
Close the panel, open the window.
Okay. And he kind of slides in. It's been what a mess out there today.
I was straight to my I would agree. I really gave him a roughening up.
Yes, you did.
I got quite deep, I might say.
Yeah. I should let you know, at least the people I've talked to in the Guiding Wind leadership, no one knew about that bomb that went off.
So is this a rogue sect of a rogue sect?
Maybe, we're not sure. Condra was there. We were all there. We were planning on.
Was this person in the first group?
He was in the first group that escaped. We were planning to just disrupt the rally. Condra was going to have a political debate with Elder Udron.
Someone brought a bomb.
Someone blew up the North Tower, and
Who's the bomb or did someone say? Wait, do we know?
no one knows. Says that the scene has not been investigated. There's a giant explosion.
So like, was it an inside job with like a firebender blowing something up, or was it a mechanical device? What happened?
Not sure yet. We saw a glider though fly out over on the windows, but it wasn't one of someone, and it wasn't anyone we recognized though. It was not one of the Guiding Wind.
Since it was like double sabotage.
Yeah, someone setting us up, I think. But what's even weirder though?
As soon as person is there better, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody be getting in there better?
What's even weirder though is that the group that was captured by the guards have already been let go.
You like watch them walk out of.
They've already made it back to our camp.
Wow, time passes quick.
This is about an hour after, but Hmm?
Correct.
yeah, sure.
150.
Yeah.
We did those. Interesting. So does that mean that they have an insider at City Hall?
I was trying to I was actually on my way out to meet with you to let you know about the sabotage, that frame job rather. And I only caught a few words of what they said, but they said that they were never even taken to the prison. They were just like go outside the city.
Do you think this was a police contained case, or do you think that this was someone higher up pulling the strings and just told the police to let him go?
I have two scenarios. One is that they weren't actual guards at all, and the other, your scenario, someone pulling the strings. I'm not sure which. Just people. They could just be guys that were posing as guards.
Yeah, they all had masks, and they were not living up to the standard in which we. How long have we been in the city?
You've been in the city for just about a day. Well, publicly, you've been in the city for about a day. That won't. You've really been more like a week.
Okay. Those guards seem to not uphold the standard in which the Fire Nation holds themselves.
That's what we kind of noticed when we're escaping as well. You can assess the situation if you want.
This person did they're not. That's why being important. Did you get? Did anybody from? Did you pass the people that from the group that got captured and let go on the way here?
Yes, I did. It was that they were basically reuniting when I snuck out.
Were there talks of anything? Were there?
They just said it was really weird. They just they didn't really talk to him at all. They thought they were going to prison. From what they said, anyways.
They talked about that.
Yes, Estrad. They talked about how much we kicked their ass.
Well, what's your next move?
I snuck out on the pretense of getting supplies and groceries, and so I'll take that back. And my next move will be to see if I can get any insight on this rogue sect of guards or anything. See if this ever got reported to the prison at all. And I'll circle back and let you know. Thank you. I'll get back to it. Sure. And it's at that moment that you kind of close your window and you see coming into the hotel is Giva and Kimodo. Yeah, that one. As you close it. So you know they're coming into the same hotel as you. That's he plows off.
Okay.
And that's where we'll end today's session. Hope you all enjoyed. This was a fun time as we learned the rules and played the games. Thank you for joining us. Again, Magpie Games. It's on Kickstarter. If you want to check us out, we'll be doing this kind of once a month type of thing. So yeah. But thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with the Shadow Rising, and we'll follow us on social media to keep up with our next avatar and all things Whose Turn Is It Anyways. Bye-bye.
Have a give a
Let's do
fine
it.
evening.
He
Hey,
said,
give it a 5. So I run turn off the.
make sure you give it your loved ones.
Give a like and subscribe.
Oh, that's a good one. Mag, you should say that
Give a
next time.
follow on Twitter.
Please speak, my friend.
I can't hear you,
Please
Meg.
speak. You're muted.
Meg, you're muted.
You muted
Egg,
yourself. Meg.
egg.
Meg.
You muted
Muted.
yourself.
You muted yourself.
Thank